State in Delta State. Unforensic church shooting, arson attack kills 4 persons, injures 8 others in Michigan, United States. And in sport, former Nigerian international Yakubu Aigbeni hails Super Eagles player Ademola Lookman's decision to remain with Atalanta. And now the details. I am Mike James. Legacy Government, in partnership with the Nigerian Association of Tour Operators, NATOP, and other stakeholders, has reaffirmed its readiness to transform Takwa Bay and other beaches in the state into world-class tourism destinations. This reassurance was given at a ceremony held at Takwa Bay Beach, Victoria Island, to commemorate the 2025 World Tourism Day with the theme Tourism and Sustainable Transformation. The event, spearheaded by the Commissioner for Tourism, Art and Culture, Toke Benton Awenka, highlighted Lagos' vision to reposition its beaches as economic and cultural assets capable of competing with international destinations. Benton Awenka emphasized that Lagos possesses untapped tourism potential, and the state government intends to let the world know that there are vast tourism gems in the state, and people do not need to travel abroad to experience world-class tourist services. On her part, NATOP President Bolaji Mustafa called for robust collaboration between government and the private sector to maximize Nigeria's competitive edge in global tourism. She cited examples of other African countries who have tapped into their tourism sectors, stressing the need to train Takwa Bay locals in hospitality skills, including food preparation, to align with international standards. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has assured residents that the state will continue to demonstrate resilience, creativity, and innovation in navigating prevailing challenges while consolidating on the gains of democracy and governance. The governor gave this assurance during the special interdenominational Thanksgiving service marking Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary, held at the Chapel of Christ the Light, Alausa, Ikeja. Represented by his Chief of Staff, Toyin Ayinde, the governor said Lagos remains committed to advancing policies and programs that uplift the people, strengthen institutions, and provide lasting solutions to emerging issues. Governor Sanwo-Olu urged citizens to remain hopeful and united, stressing that the strength of Lagos and Nigeria lies in the collective will of the people to overcome difficulties, as there is always triumph after trials. He emphasized that government alone cannot solve every problem, and therefore called for collaboration between the public and private sectors, as well as faith-based organizations to drive meaningful change. The federal government has secured an enhanced funding commitment from the African Development Bank, AFDB, to operationalize the second phase of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones Initiative, SABS. Vice President Kashim Shettima said the agreement was reached during a bilateral meeting with AFDB President Sidi Tar on the sidelines of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Shettima said the second phase of SABS project is designed to scale up climate resilient infrastructure and drive inclusive agro-industrial growth across 24 additional states, expanding beyond the initial 8 states in the first phase. He added that the program aims to diversify Nigeria's monoproduct economy by boosting value-added agricultural exports. And now to the rest of the stories. Personnel of the Nigerian Navy attached to forward operating base Escravos have deactivated 6 illegal refining sites in a series of coordinated operations at the Obodo Omadino community in Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State. During the operations, approximately 11,550 liters of stolen crude oil were seized. Commanding officer of the FOB Escravos, Ikenna Okolagu, said the products were discovered in 52 dugout pits and 7 polythene sacks. Okulagu stated that the achievements were recorded under the ongoing Operation Delta Sanity 2, made possible through credible intelligence and aligned with the strategic directives of the Chief of the Naval Staff, Emmanuel Ogala. Today is World Heart Day. The day is to raise awareness of cardiovascular disease and the importance of taking care of the heart. Every year, the World Heart Federation champions heart health and acts to reduce the global burden of heart disease and stroke, which together claim 20.5 million lives every year. It engages individuals, families, schools, communities, groups, and governments to work together to make equitable heart health a priority and drive change across the globe. 2025 marks the 25th anniversary of World Heart Day with the theme, Do Not Miss a Beat. And in some foreign news, at least 4 people have been killed and 8 others injured after a gunman drove a vehicle into a Michigan church, opened fire, and set the building ablaze. Police said the attack on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, a town 60 miles northwest of Detroit, happened during a Sunday service attended by hundreds of people. The suspect, identified as Thomas Sanford, who is 40 years old, from Burton, Michigan, was later shot dead by police in the church car park. Authorities are investigating the incident as an act of targeted violence, but say the motive remains unclear. And over to sports news. Former Nigerian international Yakubu Aiyegbeni has applauded Super Eagles winger Ademola Lookman's decision to stay with Atalanta. The 27-year-old made his return in the 3-0 win over Torino on September 21. Aiyegbeni said he is delighted that both parties have resolved their differences. It will be recalled that Lookman's relationship was certainly fractured with the club and supporters after he tried to engineer a move away. That was our news at noon. Just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, on Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs. It's live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on my Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration disbursed 200 million naira as loan to 33 Nigerian filmmakers? Well, you can always get more details on the Legacy Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Legacy Government, in partnership with the Nigerian Association of Tour Operators, NATOP, and other stakeholders, has reaffirmed its readiness to transform Takwa Bay and other beaches in the state into world-class tourism destinations. Personnel of the Nigerian Navy attached to Forward Operating Base Escravos have deactivated 6 illegal refining sites in a series of coordinated operations at the Obodo Omadino community in Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State. We also told you that at least 4 people have been killed and 8 others injured after a gunman drove a vehicle into a Michigan church, opened fire, and set the building ablaze. And in sports, former Nigerian international Yakubu Aiyegbeni has applauded Super Eagles winger Ademola Lookman's decision to stay with Atalanta. And for contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adebeshi. My name is Mike James. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.